What's happening, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Let's jump right into talking about the headlights on the 4th gen Cummins. As soon as I picked this truck up back in January, I wasted no time with getting the old halogen headlight bulbs out of the truck and replacing them with something a lot better so that I was able to see more clearly on the back roads in the country at night. Anybody who's been with the channel for a while now knows that I do not deal with the halogen bulbs that come factory on my vehicles. They always get taken out and replaced with a good LED headlight bulb. And what I typically run are the auxbeam LED headlights because I found them to be a very nice product for the price point. They're very budget friendly and they give you hella good light output. I used to run the F16 series in the red 2nd gen truck. However, in this truck, we're running the B1 bulb series. So these bulbs are constructed out of an aircraft grade aluminum. They are a goldish, copperish color, and they just flat out make it look like daylight out in front of your truck at night. And like I've already stated, for the budget friendly price of these bulbs, you cannot go wrong and they cannot be beat. They put out 8,000 lumens as a pair and they run at a 6500K color temp. 50 watts for the pair with a built-in driver, and the bodies are like a bullet style. So they're not a long rectangular body style with a LED chip on them. They're actually shaped like a little bullet with a little point to the tip of them, and there's an LED chip on each side of them. They do run a 2260 chip with a 360 degree clear beam, no blind zone. And basically what that's saying is there's an even light output with correct angles and no foggy light that's being thrown out in front of the truck. The 6500K color temp obviously helps to illuminate the road paint and the road signs and make it a lot easier to see those as you're driving down the road. The built-in fan on the back of the body and the heat sink fins help keep the bulb running at the optimal correct temperature that it's supposed to be run at. There's a built-in CPU that offers instant startup with these bulbs as soon as you fire up your truck, so there's no need for a built-in relay harness or any of that other crap that you would get with some of the other bulbs out on the market. As soon as you fire up the truck, these things come on and you are good to drive off. And I've been running them for a while now and I have yet to notice any type of interference. So sometimes when you hook up some LED bulbs and run LEDs, you'll notice interference, say with your radio or whatever. And I have yet to notice any type of interference with these bulbs. And the best part is that the aluminum construction with the heat sink fins and the 12,000 rotation per minute fan help to keep these bulbs running at the appropriate temperature so that they don't overheat while you're running them. I'm running these B1 series auxbeam bulbs for my high beams and my low beams, and one important thing that I want to put out there and mention to you guys is if you're going to change the halogen bulb in your truck and put an LED bulb in there and you don't have a projector housing, you have to absolutely adjust your headlight housing so that they angle down a little bit and they're not pointed up into oncoming traffic's face, blinding other drivers. It's a pretty easy task to do on this truck. On the 4th gen, there is a hole here and a hole here. This one here is not used for anything, but in this one, I stick an extension down in there attached to a screwdriver handle with a 7mm socket, and you can get onto the nut that's down there and you can turn it clockwise or counterclockwise, and that will aim it up or aim it down. So we have our headlight housings aimed down a little bit. I had to do a couple of different test runs with this so that I could find the sweet spot to where I could still see everything nicely out on the road, but I wasn't blinding oncoming traffic. I did get flashed a couple of times letting me know that the lights are too bright in people's faces, but I also have a 2.5-inch leveling kit on the truck, so that does make the front of the truck sit a little bit higher. So it took me a couple of times of running the truck down the road to figure out what position for the headlights was good, but we do have them all adjusted correctly now, and we're in good shape. I believe I have a video up on the channel of putting headlights or showing how to put headlights in the 2nd gen truck, so any of my 2nd gen guys, you can thumb through the videos and track that down and look for it. It's very easy and straightforward. On this truck, it's a little bit different. You'll have guys try to tell you that you can do it without removing the grill, but don't listen to them. They're just one-uppers. They gotta one-up you in everything they do. It is by far easier to just remove the grill. It's only 4 bolts that you have to take out, and then this grill just pulls straight out. You're gonna get on this bolt, this bolt and this bolt, take those out real quick, grab the grill right in the center and pull, it comes right out. And then there's 2 bolts that hold the headlights in, one right here and then another one straight down in there. Once you have those removed, you come around here into your wheel well, and there is a little flap up underneath here that you got to reach your hand up in there, and there's a white clip that you have to push in the upward direction. Or no, you got to pull it down. You pull it down or you push it up. Whichever way it moves, that's the direction you want to move it, so that it will release the headlight housing from back in here, and then you just grab your headlight, pull it straight out, and you can access the bulbs. Go ahead and swap them out. Now, Auxbeam also sent me some LED switchback bulbs for my turn signals, and I had those installed, and for whatever reason I just kept running into trouble with them and could not get them to work. I do have load resistors all hooked up and tried a few different things to get these switchback bulbs to work, but no matter what I did, I kept running into hyperflash issues and getting a message on my dash telling me that my turn signals were out. So I ended up pulling the switchback bulbs out. I've got them in the garage, and I just need to play around with those a little bit more. Any of you guys who do have a 4th gen, one of these newer trucks with the whole CAN bus system, if you're running switchback bulbs or LED turn signal bulbs and you don't have any issues, you got them working fine, let me know in the comment section what you did to make that happen, because I am all ears and would be open to trying anything at this point, because I really want to get those bulbs in here so that I have those working. But like I've said, for the price, these things are phenomenal, guys. They're 51 bucks. There is a link below in the video description to check out Auxbeam's website, so definitely click on that link, check them out, so that you can upgrade the lighting on your truck and get rid of the crappy halogen bulbs, helping you guys see better at night. But other than sharing those Auxbeam lights with you, I did have to do a couple of things down underneath the truck today. One of those things was I had to grease something up, and we'll go over that soon, and I'll show you where it is and what it is and whatnot. But I also had to address some stuff with the transmission. I installed a part on the transmission about a week ago, and we're gonna go over that in a video soon. I got a video coming out on that hopefully within the next couple days to show you that part and why I put it on. But when I refilled the truck with tranny fluid, I'd refilled it a little bit too much, so we had to drain some of that fluid out. Now luckily we have this beautiful PPE deep transmission pan underneath the 68 RFE, and it has a drain plug on it, so you don't have to loosen up all the pan bolts to drain the fluid out and make a mess. It's not a big old chore and a task to do like it is with a stock pan. I just cracked that drain plug open a little bit, let it drain, closed it back off, got out, checked the fluid level, and did that a couple times until the level was where I wanted it. So we're all good now with the transmission fluid, got that level where it needs to be. But speaking of fluids, I'm actually gonna have to take the PPE rear diff cover off and put that back on so that I can reseal it, because I actually do have a very tiny leak coming from that. So when I installed that, I was running extremely low on the rear diff RTV sealant, and I actually ran out when I was putting that on. So a couple of the spots that I went around the outline of the diff cover with were a little light with the RTV sealant. And unfortunately, we've got a very small drip coming from there, or a very small leak. I wouldn't even say it's a drip because you can't see any fluid underneath the truck. It's leaking just enough to have like a little wet spot next to it on the rear axle. So I'm gonna have to pop that off here soon and reseal it. I've already got the RTV sealant to do it. I just need to order some more AMSOIL gear oil, and then once I get that, we'll be able to pop that off, reseal it, and we should be good there. I also want to pick up a PPE front diff cover so that the diff covers are matching on the truck, get that thing painted up so that it matches the trans pan and the rear diff cover, and then get that installed. And another thing, we are going to have to do some parts here on the front end as far as steering and suspension parts. So this truck does have a 2.5-inch leveling kit on it, and due to that 2.5-inch leveling kit, something else I've discovered now too since putting the 22x12 wheels on and having a wider wheelbase, is that I believe we're gonna have to do an adjustable track bar. It's got this front axle shifted a little bit more towards the driver's side of the truck, and it's not centered and aligned properly. The way to correct that, my guess, is to be doing an adjustable track bar so that it can pull that axle back and center it up and have it in line with the rear axle. Or we've got option B, and I actually think that I might prefer option B more, and that's just take the leveling kit off the truck and set it back down to stock height and then do something in the rear to kind of reverse level it. Because honestly, I prefer a low and wide look over a lifted and wide look. This truck's main purpose is to be a nice, comfortable daily driver, a commuter truck, and still be able to work and haul stuff, trailer, loads, and things like that. Be easy for my kids and my family to get in and out of. I'm not really a fan of lift kits and big jacked up trucks, but even with the leveling kit installed on the truck right now, I do actually have to do a little bit of trimming on the back side of this front wheel well here so that the tires don't want to catch, grab, and rub. They're typically pretty good if you're on a nice, even, level ground, but as soon as the truck starts to get on uneven terrain and you're turning, they do catch a little bit and you can hear them starting to grab the backside here. So I need to take some of this plastic and just trim it back a little bit and get rid of it so that the tires aren't wanting to hit it. And even more so, if I take the leveling kit out, I'll probably have to take that stuff up a little bit higher and take more off of it. And I totally forgot to film an outro for this video, so here it is. If you guys could hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you know as soon as the videos go live, that'd be great. Also, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could smash that like button on your way out. It helps the channel so much with growth and getting videos recommended to new people. Check out all the links down below in the video description to these auxbeam lights and everyone else helping out with the 4th gen build and content here on the channel for you guys to watch. And I'll see you guys again soon in the next video. See ya.